Hi, I'm Alan. I was a divorcee, and this is my story.
Hey Isabel, have you ever heard of, this father who took over the custody of all his children and even over the custody of even his stepson, who is of no blood relation to him? Furthermore, this father sold the house, the matrimonial home, and then gave all the sales proceeds to his ex-wife without keeping a single cent for himself and the kids.
To add on, the ex-wife actually walked out on this husband during at his one of the lowest point in life. And today we are having this guest. He's not here to actually bash his ex-wife, but to actually share how he looked forward in life. Also for those who are going through similar situations, we hope that you will have valuable takeaways today. And let's welcome Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
Hi,
Hello.
Kaylin and Isabel. Thanks for inviting me to your show. I'm Alan.
Thank you. So please also briefly introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, so I'm 48. I'm a divorcee with 3 kids, and of course, I'm happily remarried again. 2 years ago. So thanks for inviting me to this show because I've watched your shows before, and I feel that it's very inspiring and there's a lot of things to take away. And I'm quite surprised that I was invited. So I'm looking forward to these sessions today.
Thank you, Alan. In fact, when we first heard about you, you have a very interesting background, like story in this sense. And let's not delay further. Let's dive in right now. So you went through an expensive divorce. Yeah, that's one of the key points that we want to understand. Yep. So can you just please dive a bit more deeper for the audience?
Okay, I was married for 17 years. And that was my first marriage. So I'm still a newbie when it comes to divorce. And my ex hired her lawyer at a cost of about 10,000, and I didn't know that we can get another lawyer to settle it at maybe $1,000 or what. And I realized that actually we are paying a very high cost for this divorce fee at 10,000. But anyway, it's alright because her lawyer is very fair, so we paid half each.
$10,000 for a divorce is actually expensive. And for the context, were there any contests made for this process?
Initially, there is a proposal to me, which is my ex submitted, asking for about maybe close to 10K, so that the kid can follow her. All right, my 2 kids. My 2 kids, because we have 2 kids. My eldest one, her eldest one is my stepson. So under the law, my 2 kids have to be taken care of, and she asked for maybe about 3,000 for 1 kid, plus minus all the hidden costs and unhidden costs, total up about 10K. So I couldn't make it. If I'm able to pay this 10K, I don't think that we'll end up in a divorce. So I counter propose, say that why not I took over the kids. I continue to take care, and I have been taking care all my life here. So then she said okay, but on one condition, I know that what she wants. So after our condo sold, you can take whatever is left there, the cash proceed.
Ellen,
so uncontested law, I would say uncontested.
Okay. Hold you there for a while, because there's so many juicy part about this part of the story. Let's just rewind a little bit, So I heard that you were saying that your ex-wife actually wanted 10K in alimony, right? She hired a $10,000 lawyer to help you settle this divorce. And then on top of that, 10,000 alimony from your wife is because that she thinks that she will be taking on the custody of the 3 children. And that's why when we are doing the math, that means 3K per child, and sums up to somehow $10,000 in this sense. But you said that you actually decided to counter propose and then take on the custody for all 3 children. And we mentioned earlier on, you even took on the custody of the stepson. What makes you even want to do that? Like,
Okay, to be honest,
yeah.
my my stepson, because he wasn't my son, so I cannot say that I took on the custody. But he's an adult, 22-year-old, so we have to respect everyone's decision. Even though it's a young kid, we also have to respect his decision. But now my stepson, 2 years ago, about 22. So I asked him, what's your thinking? What's your thoughts? Now me and your mom, we are going for separation. But the two young ones is going to follow me. Do you want to follow us? Or you want to go your way? Or you want to follow your mom? You make the decision. But our doors is always open. That means maybe he has his own decision. Hey, I want to go my way. I don't want to be in this family anymore. I also will respect you. But no, he said, why not? We follow. I also follow you guys lah. And I said, welcome lah. And that's how we still together right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
The
So
relationship.
it's not like I say that you must do this. No. Since young, because he's my stepson, and we don't have the same surname. When at some point when he was about 10 years old, 11, 12, I still ask him, because we don't want him to feel that he's the different surname of this family. I will still ask him, you want to change your surname to us or not? So I let him make the decision, and he said no. I say, okay, you're right. It's good that you follow your own surname, but because I don't want you to feel left out, I still have to ask you. Even though that I already know the answer, but I still ask you to let him have this decision making. So this is our communication, Yeah.
I really love that part actually. You know, I find it really, maybe I cannot find an English word now. I find it very weighted of you.
No
Can
lah.
you please share a bit more why do you think such a communication to him is so important?
Maybe because of my parents also divorced when
Right.
I was 12 years old.
Okay.
So my stepson, my daughter, and my son was also going through that 12 years old, the parent divorce, which is about 2-3 years ago.
Oh.
So I always have this, will my son going through what I went through before? But it happened. It went through. So I was thinking that during my parents' divorce, there wasn't any communication. So me and my two sisters, we are like, we don't know what to do. No one talked to us. We just saw the parents like separation, and that's it. Who to follow, just go follow. So we were like very blurred. So this time, I think I can communicate. Even though that the parents went into separation, it's between me and my ex-wife. But we don't want to involve the children. No matter how, we are still your parents. Like I still talk to my kid. You need to call your parents every day. Video call, whatever, WhatsApp. This is what you need to do. Because she's still your mom. She done a lot for you guys. Not that my ex didn't do anything. She done a lot for them. So you cannot, because of you living with me, then you have to choose my side. No need to choose side. You don't have to choose I have to follow daddy, then I cannot be with mommy. No, this is what, because I don't want my kid to feel unbalanced. So in Singapore right now, because I heard that their mom has already gone to France. So in Singapore, I'm considered their only father figure. Of course, now I'm happily married, so they so-called have a stepmom. And so far so good. Yeah.
I would say relationship between yourself and your 3 children has always been very good from young
Very
all
close,
the way
yeah.
till now.
Very close,
Very
yeah.
close. So I think this is something that is very valuable, right?
Yeah.
Because other than believing that after divorce, having the kids to stay with you, you actually encourage them to still be in close relationship with their mom,
Yep.
right? Whoever, which I totally agree, because even for myself, I advocate this. In a divorce, it's between 2 adults.
Yes.
But our decision may have really hurt the kids
Yeah.
during that process.
Yes.
So I think as best as we can do, right, is to make sure thereafter the kids' feelings are still taken care of.
Yep.
And we should keep their life as balanced as possible thereafter, because they
Yes.
will have their own family in future.
Yep.
We don't want to leave them any bad impact.
Yeah.
Them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
This
I
is
agree
something.
with you too.
This is something that is really admirable.
Yeah, it is. But then we actually jumped the gun too soon. Before that, let's give the audience a bit more context about you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think they heard much about yourself. Like, so how, I recall that during our conversation earlier, right, you mentioned that you were actually a jockey.
Yeah, I was.
So you met your wife at which part of your life?
Your ex-wife lah.
Yeah.
I was in Australia for 2 years for training to become a jockey. So I returned in 2003. And a year later, I met my wife in one of the clubs in Singapore. So at 3 a.m., yeah, I met the ex-wife, sorry. And after 18 months, we got married. Yeah, because I was thinking that I want to settle down because I'm, old enough already and I want to get going to have a family. And that's how we started. Yeah, we started. And I was a jockey for about 10 years. Yeah, about 10 years until 2013. From 1999, total about 14 years lah, including training. And after that, I gave up. I actually returned my jockey license to the club and I went into take over my family business. We are the tofu manufacturing. So I was there for about 7 to 8 years. And so over the past 20 years, I've been in jockey industry, in the horsing industry, and in the food industry. Yeah, until today. Of course, right now, I'm more involved in renovation because I think there's a good opportunity in this industry right now, especially in Singapore. Yeah.
Cool.
So now I'm very involved in renovations. Yeah.
Yeah, but you actually had a very cool career, leh. But that is outside the topic for today,
Yeah.
lah. But what about your marriage? So you were saying that your marriage were lasted for how long again?
About total of 17 years.
17
we
years.
I married my ex-wife in 2005. So we ended in 2022, 2 years ago.
So can you describe to the audience as well, what were your, as a husband, what were your role like? Are you a giver, a provider, things like that?
Yes, I am a giver, I'm a provider. I not only spend time, effort, I spend almost everything that I can make from my career. It's all coming into the house. 17 years of marriage life, I've been a hard worker. I'm until now I'm very active. I'm a guy with actions. So I'm a connector, I'm a networker, so I'm always out there, finding opportunity to create wealth, to make money, and so that I can give my family a good life. Because I didn't start out as someone that, with a golden spoon. So I have to 白手起家. That means, and with no qualifications, Sec 2 drop out. So I felt that I need to work very hard in order to give my family a good life. So over the past 20 years, the first 10, 15 was really good because I was in the jockey industry. So I make quite a number, create some wealth. But life didn't go that smooth, and I'm a risk taker as well. So got into some stocks investment, I lost in there. Got into some crypto investment, I lost in there. So until the last couple of years, I really totally lost almost everything except my children and my siblings. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to repeat, so you were a hustler throughout your life, even until today.
Until today.
And you are also a provider for your family.
Yes, I am.
Especially, I believe your wife was a housewife.
She's a housewife, but of course, every now and then she has work, but not the whole 17 years. Maybe sometime a couple of years and stop. Yeah, because I'm a provider, and I think last time my ego is very high because I make a lot of money, and I felt that I'm the controller of the house, that I can control everything, I can provide money, everything. So why not you just stay home and take care of the kids, But in the end, I think that if I were to go back, I will say that why not let's work together. Even though that if I'm able to make the money, but you also need to have your own stage. You need to be able to find your identity in the market, not just a professional housewife. Yeah.
Just to find out a little bit more.
Yeah.
So that means your ex-wife, right, also spent a lot of time with your kids.
Yeah, of
So
course.
relationship is also very good with
Very
the
good,
children.
yes, yeah.
Oh, okay. So meaning to say, I would say the family relationship should be pretty amicable and
Yes.
and good
Yeah.
throughout the 17 years.
Yeah.
Then this is something that is very interesting.
Yeah.
How did the thought of divorce actually came about? How did you take it then?
The first 7 years was good. But after the 7 year, we felt that we are drifting apart. First of all is we got about 6 to 9 months time that we didn't have any sex life, And this was my first time that I got into married for 7 years and suddenly don't have sex life for 7 to 9 months. I would think that, is it okay? I would give myself this question, is it okay? And I still ask her, are you okay that we don't have sex for, she answered me, said, okay. So I was thinking that, okay. So we are both okay to not to have sex.
Both okay not to have sex?
Yeah.
What do you mean by both not?
But I don't get that answer that is it okay. I thought that she said okay, then I also said that, so I think it's okay lah. You get what I mean?
Okay, so you come
Because
to
that was
term
my first time. First time married for 7 years, and suddenly that we didn't have sex for 6 months.
Okay.
And I think I don't know whether it's okay or not. So I asked her, are you okay or not? He said, okay. That means I thought it's normal because she married once before, ma. So she's like my senior, ma. So I asked her, ma.
Okay. A bit confusing. So meaning to say, you wanted but she refuses.
Of course I wanted lah. Who do? I mean, I'm a healthy, strong young man at that point of age, only 30 plus.
Okay. So she was also your wife rejected.
Didn't reject, but she also didn't come and say that she wants nothing. So high ego ma, I want face on ma. How can I tell you that I want?
Oh.
It's just you get me, no? You get me.
Yeah.
But now me is different. Now I'm different. Now when I need, I will raise my hand. I want. It's different now.
Okay.
So when I was 30,
Okay.
when I was nearly 50, it's totally different.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not that you accepted that there was no sex. It's just that
Yeah.
you didn't really want to show that you also needed.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But fair, okay. But eventually, what I understand is when you were at your highest peak in life, you were earning the most money. You also earn money in cryptocurrency, right? It's not like just
Yeah.
lost money straight away.
Yeah.
You earn it a lot. You gave your ex-wife,
Yeah.
a high maintenance fee,
Yeah.
right?
That was before we divorced. I think a couple of years before we divorced. That was one of the time that I make a lot of money, and I'm able to provide that kind of lifestyle for her and for our family, but it didn't sustain. Maybe for a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah. But it happened, and I lost a lot until I couldn't sustain that monthly, few $1,000s for her pocket money, and that's how I ended up. I told her that maybe we need to cut down. I need to cut down. That I couldn't, provide this anymore. This will lead to the question that why she decided to, send me a letter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe let's rewind a little bit. Just now I wanted to ask was, so you mentioned that your sex life was affected.
Oh, that
right?
was many years ago.
That was many years back. So then that 6-7 years after that 7 years later, where there was no proper sex life for the period of time. So when you asked your ex-wife, she said it was okay. Then do you take it as it was just okay, and were things okay then?
Things were okay. I took it that it was okay.
Okay.
But now I look back, it's not okay. Yeah.
So there was no further communication thereafter.
No.
Oh. So you stopped talking about it. She also did not talk about it.
No. We didn't talk about it anymore.
So what was the relationship like after that?
Normal. We were just like any healthy People see us like happy family.
Still
People
sleep on the same bed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but that was the first 7 years. Then, obviously, it's not okay, like I mentioned. And 2 years, 3 years down the road, which when that was about 10 years into our marriage, that was really bad. Because I was out there looking for what I need. Because I couldn't get it from where I can get it. Got you thinking, right?
Yeah, you know, I'm a bit confused really. Okay,
Yeah,
so after the 7 years, so the day that you all stopped having sex, it was it stopped thereafter, all the way.
Every now and then, you know.
Once in a while, still have lah.
But that 1 year was totally don't have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we went through some course. We went through some courses, psychological courses, to see what happened to our relationship. So from then, okay, we realized really we need to speak up of when we need to speak up. So that courses helps a bit.
Interesting. Hang on. I want to know more about this part. So, who thought that counseling is needed, and who actually went on to contact one?
Actually, she said that why not we go for counseling? You know, because we were totally, our distance was really very far. You know, maybe we're always together, but our feeling is not together. Our love is not there. I don't know where's the love gone already. We are just like a
housemate.
Yeah, living together. Yeah.
So she sensed it. So she was the one who initiated that something must be done to further improve the relationship.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. She said, why not we go for counseling? Counseling, I said, okay, then you arrange, you know. I still very high ego. I said, you arrange. Then you arrange, then we go. So one of my friends introduced us this course. So I came back to her, I said, hey, my friend introduced this, then why not we go for this? But you go first because you think that, we got problem, right? Then you go first So she went, then after that she went already. A month later, I also went. Then I realized that, okay, so we both also have issue, not only me or her. So we managed to what you call that?
Reconcile.
Reconcile. And things were still going good. But after for another 10 years, so we actually continue for another 10 years. Money spent, cost attended, my kid were able to have another 10 years of happiness, But in the end, we still cannot come to that, That's why we ended up still divorcing.
Did you actually see the divorce coming during the last few years?
I can feel that this thing is coming, but don't know when it will explode. Yeah. I can feel that it's coming already, but I don't know when it will come.
So what is it that you think is a trigger?
It's a trigger. The financially, I totally broke that time.
So
when I couldn't pay any single thing to the house anymore, because I've never tried it before. I've never not been able to pay a single cent to the house before. From the day one until 17 years, until the last 6 months. Last 6 months before we decided to divorce.
Okay.
It's about 6 months I couldn't pay.
So at one of your lowest point during your life, you suddenly received a divorce letter.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
What was that
A
feeling?
lawyer called me.
Like what kind of emotions that you were going through?
I think it's a relief for me at that point. A bit of a relief. That means I feel that, wow, finally I don't have to continue with all these bad debts with my ex-wife. Because it's like, when you're being chased by banks will tell you, hey, your owing amount is this, you need to pay already. So now I got this feeling from my ex-wife. You're owing this amount that you need to pay. Last week you pay this, then next week you still got the balance. So I felt that it's a relief for me. This letter come, that means I can stop paying. It's not like bankruptcy letter,
What you just said, you actually were saying that because your ex-wives were accounting all the part that so-called you owed her. Owe her in terms of allowances, right? Yeah. That's why
carry
you felt
over.
that.
Sometimes carry over. Because I paid by weekly, So sometimes can pay, sometimes didn't pay. Then after that, they will add up to the,
Yeah, she will give you the maths at the end of the month. Like how much you owe her.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you felt the financial stress from
confirm
her
stress
as well.
lah. Not stress me.
So she, for the 6 months, you meant that you couldn't pay much, right? So, meaning to say she has to do the helping out, but she did not help.
I don't see there's any help.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were left to fend for yourself,
Yeah.
trying very hard to fit in whatever you could, give whatever you can at the point.
That's why when I received the letter, I'm very happy, to be honest.
Okay.
And I
But
felt
17 years eh?
I felt that this letter should come earlier, even before we spend the money on the courses. But I cannot say that should have lah. To be fair to everyone, the 10 years I really enjoyed myself attending the course and to becoming who I am today. I wasn't used to be so outspoken, and I don't even have that kind of I'm very stage fright. I don't dare to talk in public. I only talk to horses. I'm very introvert. I don't even know how to network, how to entertain, how to become a host. But because of that 10 years, I become someone that I didn't even expect to. So that one is my growth, personal growth. Money spent, got personal growth, but couldn't save my marriage. That's why I say my this letter should come earlier, but come earlier, then I won't have this growth. Yeah, so there's no right, no wrong lah, Yeah.
Okay. So just to so to recap a little bit, right? So at the end is the marriage broke down because financially you couldn't provide for the family.
Yes.
So your wife couldn't stand the instability that your finances couldn't bring to her. Lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So at that point when she sent a letter over.
Yeah.
Your instant thought was relief. What about the children? Were the children aware?
The children wasn't aware, but I took the first action to talk to them, especially every one of them. Yeah. To let them know what is going on right now. That I received a letter from your mom, all right, to saying that we're going for separations. And and I also let them know that, your mom has sent me a proposal, that what this proposal is about. I showed them the letter. So it's very clear. It's not that just from my words. It's from whatever she wanted. She asked the lawyer to send it to me. So you guys take a look. And I also told them that I'm going to counter propose what I'm able to give and what I'm unable to give. And that's how I said that. I told the lawyer, the kid I'll take, but I will just give her $500 a month. And the money, all the cash proceed, you can take and you can do whatever you need. That's it. And uncontested, I got it. She happy, I happy. So we moved out from Kingsford Water Bay. Yeah.
Okay, maybe to help the audience a little bit, between contested and uncontested, what it means, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So what contested divorce is more of the outcome of the negotiation don't work, and therefore the couple has to go to court. The lawyers from both sides has to fight it out, and then the judge will rule. That will be a contested. So uncontested divorce will simply mean that both sides they will need to have the lawyer, or only one lawyer is involved. It doesn't matter. But eventually, the negotiations must be. They must come to a point whereby they can compromise. Okay, on one settlement issue. Then that is uncontested. So in Ellen's case, this is uncontested because they went through negotiation, but they could come to a consensus about, okay, this is what is going to happen. That's why we call this uncontested divorce. Yeah.
So that was my first time lah. So I thought that this is uncontested lah. Then I asked the lawyer, I say, so this one actually we quite smooth, right? He said, yeah, of course. Because only one letter come, one letter go, then finish ma. Yeah. So because we don't want to, for personally me lah, I don't want my kid to suffer too much on this because they love us, they love their parents a lot. So there's a lot of communication, and how I know how to communicate with the kid is also because of these 10 years in these courses. They taught, we cannot just keep everything to ourselves and expect everybody to share our burden. No, we want to become more open that we are a family. So things come to this end already. So me and your mom, no feeling already. We cannot be living together, but we are still your parents. So you still need to fulfill yourself as a kid. You know, you just have to spend more time with, you know, whatever you're supposed to do, just continue. Yeah. So on one side, to share with you guys why I decided to say that I don't want to take this proceed. All along, I've been a giver, and I know that I can make this money. I know that I can, even though that I'm down, I'm broke, I'm already minus zero, but I know that I can come back because I'm a hunter, I'm an earner, I can make it back. So on her side, I also think that she moved out, she need to rent because she's by herself. She's alone. So that with some money, the kid will feel much more comfortable, that more happier, not happier, like assured that the mom is okay. At least out there, she got some money, she can rent. Maybe for 2 years, 1 month, maybe $2,000, 1 year also how much already. So this is my first thought. I never thought of wanting to fight for this sum of money. But I also know that if she takes this money, she'll be happier for her. And then with the freedom, she can go anywhere or do anything she wants. On the other side, I also can assure the kid that the mom is okay. So I think this is even though that I may look a bit stupid, you know, don't contest for this money. But I look at the overall, everyone is happy. Maybe I'm not that happy at some point because I went through deep shit, no money to get a new house, don't even have money to get a new flat. And I have to borrow to get my new flat. And people are laughing at me, why you're so stupid? Why you want to give all to your ex-wife? But back down to myself, because I have my kid, I need to assure. I can always fight with her. I can don't think about my kid's feeling and fight with her and go all the way out. I don't even have to give you a single cent and you have to pay me for taking care of the kid. I can hire my own lawyer. I have the choices, I have the options, but I didn't go for that. Because I just want it to end smooth, happily, you happy, I happy, kid are settled, I rebuild my everything, I start again. So this is my
intentions.
Yeah, my intention.
Yeah. But to rephrase a bit, because just now you mentioned that you give all the proceeds. So in our context, it actually means that Alan decided to give out the sales proceed, the cash proceed of their matrimonial home, which is the home that they got together when they got married, right? So it actually wasn't like an immediate move. It actually because your ex-wife wanted a higher alimony, eventually you come down to $500, you agree on $500 a month. But however, ultimately, you feel that you're okay to give her the cash proceeds.
Actually, I'm not okay. I don't even have $100. How to give you 500? But she was asking for 1,000. So I say, no. She was asking for more than 1,000. 1,000 plus. Then, luckily, this time I consulted my sister, my two sisters. Then I said, I think I give 1,000 okay or not? He said, no lah, you give 500 can already ma. Oh, I said, okay. So I went to the lawyer. I said, lawyer, I give 500 lah, but even though I already don't have, I say 500 lah. But she said, okay, take a 500. But actually, I only pay for 1 year only lah, because I also getting smarter ma. So I asked the lawyer. I say, can you check with her? Is she married or not? If she married already, I don't need to pay ma. Correct or not? Fair for me ma. You cannot marry to someone, you still take this one from your ex. No good ma, correct? So, but I also told the lawyer, if she can prove that she's not married or what, she's still single, I'll pay. Okay, that's my stand. So the lawyer didn't come back to me lah. So I take it as she's married.
So also to help the audience understand this a little bit more, because it may sound a bit complicated with all the terms, right?
You're very good at explaining.
For what is alimony? Alimony is the sum of money that after the divorce, Alan pays to his ex-wife for the ex-wife, right? So maintenance is the amount of money that the ex-wife was asking in the event if she were to take the children. then Ellen needs to pay for the maintaining of the children in her care. So in the end, because Ellen chose to take the children with him, so he doesn't pay maintenance to the wife for the children, but he gives alimony for his wife, just purely for her expenses.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was 500.
Yeah.
Yes. So I hope this clears up. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So in all, the process took how long to finalize?
A year?
A year?
Yeah. It's the waiting date. It's the waiting date of the
The court hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys have a 3 months waiting period after you receive the interim judgment, the temporary judgment, then final judgment 3 months later. So in all 1 year, can I also understand a bit more?
I think only 6 months to 7 months. Interim about 6 to 9 months.
Oh, you mean the period from
the whole-
receiving interim to final is 6 to 7 months? Such a long period.
About I think September we got it already. September or October. That means that one the 2022 is the year that we divorced. So yeah, about less than 1 year. Yeah, we got it settled in less than 1 year.
Okay,
Very
so
fast.
your home selling came only after the final judgment is received, right?
Concurring. That means
Concurring?
we sold the house. We sold the house and we also do the divorce at the same time. So we sold the house in June, 2022 June.
Okay.
So we managed to get it all done, completion. So we have to move out of the house in end of June.
Okay.
Yeah, so July onwards, we already staying with someone else. Me and my 3 kids already moved to rented flat already.
But can I just check, did your ex-wife were still living with you guys?
No, she moved out already in May. She moved out to rent some of her friend's house.
Right.
Yeah. So she moved out first. So we didn't really actually meet one another. You know. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting though, because just a glimpse of my own personal life as well.
Yeah.
When I went through my divorce, right, I actually did not move out of my. That is actually not a matrimonial home lah, but then it's more like because I was not ready to move on yet, so I still stay with my ex, and we were still sleeping on the same bed.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just a bit unorthodox, but you know, I believe this is uncommon. But Kathleen, what about yourself? You actually serve a lot of clients in the real estate industry, and you actually deal with a lot of divorce cases as well. Is it a common sight?
Okay, you know, in my life as a real estate agent, right, I've served many divorced couples before. So I would say about 50% of the time, these divorced couples actually do stay in the same house during the divorce process. Mainly because in general terms, people do not want to spend extra money renting a house. Because moving out means you got to rent, right?
Yeah.
Rent means you got to pay.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's before you sell your house, there is no money coming in. So people do feel the pain.
Yeah.
So, but of course, what couples do a lot of times is when they spare bedrooms is they will split lah. They will one person sleep one room lah. They seldom do they still stay in
Then
the
they
same
are lucky
room.
already. I actually before we divorced, the 3 years, 3 years, I've been sleeping on the sofa already. That's why I say I always encourage men get a good sofa.
Get a recliner.
Yeah, get a good. But because Kingsford Water Bay is just a 3-bedder, so small unit. Then my sofa is in the living room, so you know I just came there or came in my. So that point of time, we already separated. You know, in terms of not sleeping together already. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the last 3 years.
So you became
Cheers.
Ting Zhang, like the
Yeah.
captain of the living hall.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people will be they find it difficult to still
How
sleep.
to? I cannot lah. That's why I say, you can man.
Can what? Oh, can.
That's why. How? I cannot.
To be still technically still in the same space and still sleep.
I think
sleep.
during that point of time,
Yeah.
3 years back, if I really trace back, we actually 已经是离婚了的。Only the paper come later.
Mentally lah.
Mentally, physically, we are divorced. But we just seems don't know why we just drag for another 3 years. So if you put the timeline into the calculation, actually 3 years, 2019, we already divorced.
I think I
in terms of
understand.
unofficially.
Yeah, I understand your situation also because I think in many people that I see, right, all these people that I was helping with, and how they work it out is also such that a lot of time people feel that they are not ready emotionally.
Yeah.
The emotions part is not ready. So people don't take just 3 days to decide to get married. Neither can they just take 3 days to decide, I'm out of the marriage. So emotions need to be first settled. Your family needs to be settled. So logistically, you need to plan what is going to happen, where are your kids going to, how your kids are going to accept. Your family, both sides must be able to accept. So all these are issues that people, they have to, I would say they need to think about solutions for all this first before they even open up and say, okay, I'm done with the marriage. So for myself, even the same. I also took many years before my divorce was finalized. Many years.
Wow.
But it doesn't mean that this many years.
Very tired.
It was tiring, yes. Mentally, I think I went through depression as well. So was it easy? It was freaking difficult.
Yeah.
And I would just tell anybody, if there is a choice,
don't get married. If there's a choice, don't get married.
I wouldn't say don't get married, but I'm going to say that there were no regrets for me going through my marriage to, of course, the point that I have to come to the divorce, it is not pleasant. It wasn't pleasant. But should anybody else face this, I hope there isn't. But well, life goes on, right? Life still needs to go on. So in order for us from one point to move to the next, we always have to make sound decisions and we have to plan. We have to plan step by step. So most of the people that I see, they also take time to plan. That's why you end up 做听场 for 3 years. You also, because in your mind, I believe, you want to give up. It also doesn't just do this and then you're out, right? It cannot, very difficult because you have kids. And to you, 17 years of marriage, this woman is not just anybody. She was your wife, the person who was meant to be closest to you. But in a way, things don't work out. But at least we also don't hope for bad things to happen. So so I believe, I understand why you say that, it takes time.
I think plan is important.
It is.
Because I realize now I'm into my second wife. We have common plan, common goal, and we are working towards together. But my ex, we don't have this common plan, common goal. It's just like me, one goal, one plan, and she just follow that she's not involved. But now this one is she 100%, 100%, we 200%, we do things,
Okay.
So
good.
I think this is what I learned after, and because I can don't end up in a second marriage. I have the choice, especially the first one was so, but I still believe that, I'm improving as a person, and I want to give myself another chance. And of course, I met someone that's really, I can work together with. So I cannot say that I'm looking for someone that can make money for me or no. But at least I'm still young. I still got another 30, 40 years to go. And I also don't want to end up alone, and I still need love. Because even though I'm a father of 4 or 3, I still need love. I still need someone to cook for me. I still need someone to concern about me. I still need someone to call me, where are you? What time are you coming home? So man is also, you still have the feeling so you need to be 关心
of course. Yeah, so for myself, like the period I actually still stayed with my ex, right? It's also planning. I cannot just it's already right. Then what about my next place to stay? And during that age, I actually felt disgraceful to go back home to my mom. It's like, I cannot be always going back to my mom, right? Whenever I broke up with somebody or things like that. So, and also there were many other things I didn't want to go back home. So it took me a while, and finally decided, okay, then I gave myself a deadline. I moved out. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, it's normal to take some time. It's not that you can immediately move out. Okay, so enough about me. So back to the part where, when you sold your place and you got to move out with your children, because you actually have 3 children in tow.
Yeah.
And where do you go after that?
We rented a unit, and we stayed there for 2 years until last month we moved out. So we got our new flat.
But you were saying you do not have any, you don't even have like $100 in your pocket. How do you even manage?
I have to just owe first. Yeah, so.
Oh, from families and friends, huh?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
I have to borrow from family. Usually it's my two sisters lah. So my two sisters have been very supportive, and the one that my current wife also very supportive, and then continue to do what I need to do lor. So I even went to apply for Grab license just to drive Grab to have pocket money. So I look into my own life from someone that is so high up until end up being somebody that I don't want to be, but I have to do it because of money as a Grab driver. So that point of time was very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Until this year, things are getting better. This year, 2024, things are getting better because we have our own house and we moved in already. So we don't have to continue to pay high rental. Okay? And I can see that our plan in 2025 is going to be very good. Yeah, because me and my current wife, we are starting a food business. Yeah. So everything is falling into our plan. So that's why I say me and my current wife, we have plans. So from the day until today, 2 years back until today, our plans are falling through. Yeah, so just have to bear with it. Yeah.
So what I hear, Alan, is that this current wife,
Yeah.
she met you at the time where you are at one of your lowest.
Yeah, lowest.
And yet, without house, without assets, without money,
Yeah.
you have 3 kids in tow.
Yeah.
This woman is willing to be with you
Yes.
and supported you, and then to be in your rented house in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
So, what would you say, right? Is this newfound love, right?
Yeah.
Like to you?
I think I'm thankful lah. I'm thankful to the universe. Yeah. I think that I might not be the most perfect man on earth, but I'm not a bad guy. All right. I'm someone that I'm very simple. I'm a very simple person. I can wear a watch for 10 years. I can wear a belt for 20 years. I'm that kind of, I don't go around changing watches, changing belts. Okay, if you get what I mean. I just need someone that is really suitable for me, maybe for me. Because I'm also not very easy to deal with. Because I'm very hyperactive. I have a lot of things to do, I have a lot of things to think, and I like to go out every day to meet different type of people. So I'm not that kind of stay-home houseman. People housewife with houseman ma. So I cannot stay home one. Then I met this wife, and she seems that, we can get along very well in terms of from the things that we do together, we eat together, we sleep together, we do things together, we travel together, we do everything together. It's just like really, I have never tried that experience before in my life. And she know that I have 3 kids, and I'm 17 years older than her. But she still decided that, she loved me for who I am. And I felt that this maybe was the only time that I'm being loved. Like this feeling is my mom loving me, that kind of feeling. Yeah. Because my mom loved me for who I am. I'm the son, So she's actually giving me the feeling of a motherly love and a wife love, a friend's love. Yeah. That's how I got through the last 2 years. I also feeling very down. I cannot just tell my kid that, I'm feeling down, all this. I have to put up a very strong front, even though that I'm not, sometimes. But this wife, she's very good. She not only verbally, physically, financially, always there, That's how I pull through. Yeah, that's how I pull through. If not, I think I'll become a stray cat, going out there, going back to 10, 20 years ago, which I don't think that I want it to be my future. Yeah, but now I have someone that we have dreams, we want to build career, we want to build our home. Now our home is settled, now we want to build business. So this is what I wanted to. So I want to thank the universe that attracted someone.
Very happy to hear that from
Yeah.
you. So, but also to help understand a little bit more. Right? So when you mentioned that your current wife help in also your finances along these 2 years, right? So the bulk of these expenses for these 2 years is, other than, of course, supporting yourself and the children, also has to deal with your rental, right?
Yeah.
So, and the rental market for the last 2 years wasn't the easiest as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy because rental was high.
And I went in at the wrong time.
Cannot say wrong
I mean,
time.
we divorced at the wrong time, especially when the rental market is so high.
It was very high. That 2 years back,
Yeah.
the rental was high.
Yeah.
So let's, for easy calculation, we talk about just $4,000 a month. If let's say
Yeah,
$4,000 a month, we talk about 1 year is already 4 times 12 is already how much?
Yeah.
And times 3 years.
Yeah.
Right. So that amount is a huge sum. It's a huge sum. For at least 2 years you were staying
Yeah.
in rental. So for people who do not plan, if they jump straight into
Yeah.
having to move out first, if they were to move out and they rent a place to stay, imagine you are the person. We don't talk about 4,000. We talk about just 2,000 a month for one person. 1 year, 24,000. If you're going to stay and if the divorce take place in 1 year, it's 24,000. If the divorce don't take place,
Yeah.
and if things were to drag because communication is not done properly,
Yep.
2 years is 48,000,
Yeah.
and the sum just goes on.
Yep.
So that is why I think a lot of times where people do not take the immediate action, it's because financially this is one of the challenge.
Yeah.
So also to help understand a little bit more for the audience, right? Where, Ellen, when you say you sold your real estate, your matrimonial home then, right? So what is exactly the sales proceed, right? We'll talk about the sales process. So what is exactly the sales process will be? Once you have you have made up the decision to sell the house, what is the amount of money to go to who? Usually the final judgment should be obtained. So once we have the final judgment, the court will actually give all the instructions, etc., inside the interim judgment. So with that judgment, during the sales process, what the real estate agent has to do is to check, okay, these are the steps. So who were to sign the paper? Who are the owners of the house? Yes, because that will be important, right? Then how is the split like going to be? So having real estate, I would say experienced real estate agent will be able to guide you through and tell you what are the things to look out for, the pitfalls, what are the things to avoid, how to help to assist in the communication between the couple. So I'm thankful that you have someone at least who was able to help you guys to sell the house amicably, and then the house was still sold and you get the sales proceeds. So what sales proceed is all about is such that, of course, when we have a sale price, after we minus off the sale price, right?
Yeah.
So there is loans. If there are still loans, we minus off the loans. We minus off all the expenses. All the CPF that was used will have to go back to the CPF. So the balance amount, then that will be called the sales proceeds. Yes. So
How about stamp duty or something?
stamp duties only take place if you sell the house in less than 3 years.
Oh, okay.
When you bought the place.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But when you purchase the stamp duties, can never take it back.
Yeah.
It's already paid. Yes, it's already paid.
Then I have one question for you though. Do I have to declare that I'm divorced when I'm selling at my house?
When you're selling a house, declare whether you are divorced to who.
To the buyer? Does the buyer need to know?
Nobody
need.
will stand at the door to tell the buyer, I'm divorcee. Come and buy my house.
No. Like there are some buyers just tend to want to ask, hey, why we sell this house? What will you tell them?
Personal reasons. My family wants to, they have got other plans.
Okay.
Yeah, they have other plans. And the plans is, I don't have to tell you my plans from A to Z. Yeah, because my plans now maybe I want a bigger house. I don't need this house anymore. Yeah, I want to move to my mom's house. Yeah, there's so many reasons that can be. But because sometimes it's very personal, we do not need to, we don't openly declare and tell every single soul what exactly is happening because it gets very difficult.
Okay.
Yeah,
So simply put, that it's not compulsory that you must declare your current status. What happened to the both of you, and why are you selling this house? So
No,
yeah. Okay.
because technically buyers do not come in to asking, are the couples divorcing? No, people don't ask you that question. I think this is a big taboo to ask also. You'll be pissing off yourself.
No, like,
Yeah.
if they ask me, I also wouldn't say that we're going for divorce, that's why we're going to sell the house.
Yeah, so a lot of the time it's not just that, right? People sell
Yeah.
houses for reasons like upgrading, for reasons like I may need a bigger house, I may need a smaller house, location is no longer suitable, my kids' school is somewhere else. I think this is the most common
Yeah,
reason in
yeah,
Singapore for
yeah.
Singaporeans. Yeah.
Okay.
So I dealt with so many clients that no buyers ask me, is this house sold because of divorce? No. I never had people asking this kind of question. Yeah.
But you see, I rented for 2 years. I still got into the 15-month,
Yes.
the new rule.
Yeah.
Yes, the new rule.
ruling.
Yes.
Yes.
So I got into that. And I got into another one, the 30-month one. After we,
The mine is
BTO.
for BTO.
that one we cannot get the subsidy, 30-month for that. And then got the 15-month. I have to go and look for MP,
Appeal.
appeal for 7 times.
Oh,
Yeah.
it went through lah.
No, after the 7 month is 15 month already. Just nice, went through. 15 month ended.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
I was like, trying to do the maths, but yeah, okay.
But
So-
that's fine. That's fine. That's
yeah,
really
that's 15
fine.
months
Yeah.
is quite a pain.
Yeah.
It's
to a
quite-
lot
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think these are things like this is another story altogether.
Yeah.
It's another story altogether. But eventually is most of the time people has to sell. So the 15 months rule is for people who sold their private
Yeah.
property.
Yep.
And you are less than 55 years old. You need to wait out for 15 months before you can buy a resale HDB.
Yeah.
Yes.
The open market.
Yeah, but the last 2 years, one thing that is rewarding for me and the kid is we went through this shit together, We went through this, down period together, which is good. And from someone that never touched housework before.
She's who?
I never do any housework before. Until now, I'm very involved in housework. And I found that I myself as a person, I also changed as a husband. I also upgrade myself to another level. Not only making money for the house, I also do housework for the house, for the people that I love. So I think that this is the correct way for me. Okay, not saying that you must do this, but for me, I think that I've done something right this time. Yeah, at least we share burden of the household. Yeah, and looking forward to new life. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So during these 2 years, right, since you only divorced in 2022, right?
Yeah.
So how did your identity as a provider to your family now becoming, you have to cope with, taking care of your children and trying to pick up after yourself, financially?
Yep. I think because my elder son is 25 this year, so he's quite okay.
Independent of it,
Yeah,
lah.
very independent.
Okay.
My 18-year-old daughter, that she's also very sensible, very, independent as well. So I don't have to really worry too much, only when sometimes she's short of some money. Because now she internship, Yeah, internship, she has a pay, so she's able to feed herself. So I don't even have to, fork out too much. That was just started, but the last 2 years, I still need every week pocket money. For my younger son, yes, he's 15, so she's in Sec 3 going to Sec 4. So that one I still need to support every week. And besides that, I need to support on some other commitments. Yeah, so I'm still progressing. I'm still making a improvement day by day, but I'm not rushing into it because I know that this time round I'm not the only fighter in the house. I have another fighter together with me, who is my wife, and my 3 children, my 2 sisters. They are all physically, mentally, financially are there for me. Even though that now I'm moving away from financially support, which is I think that I will be able to make a comeback in the next 2-3 years time. Then at least I can come back to where we were, But it takes time. I've done it before, and I know that I can do it again. That I made this success before, I know that I can do it again. Because this is just part of my growing stage in my life that I need to go through. And even though that I have a failed marriage in the first place, but I still thankful that I got 2 kids from this ex-wife. Things don't work out doesn't mean that who's right, who's wrong. So we are not looking for 凶手, no. It's just that I'm happy that she's already have another person that is taking care of her. And I don't know whether she's happy that I have someone to take care of me, but I think that she also will feel the same. Because now we can have what we wanted, what we need. Someone that can give us, And the kid are sensible in a way that because of communications, I think our family is quite happy that everyone is moved on. No one is being left behind. Everybody just move ahead. Let's go. You get what I mean? Yeah. So I think this is a blessing, really.
It is. I'm very happy for.
Yeah.
I mean, like for you right now, and especially you have a happier family right now.
Yeah.
But do you ever feel that you and your sisters and your children, especially, are even closer than before?
Yep, definitely. That's why we went through the 2 years together, and even my current wife is very close to because we all go through together. Yeah. Because my current wife cooks for them, and that was one of my most worried thing, that a stepmom and my 3 kids. But surprisingly, they all get along well. Which is, I think that, I no need to work extra hard on this area. You get what I mean? Yeah.
So this is always the rainbow that I'm talking about. At the end of every unhappiness or any depressive state or traumatic state, right? You are always looking for the rainbow at the end. So I think Alan has found his rainbow and he's happily married again.
Yeah.
And so I think for viewers out there, if you are facing this, I think this is what we call you have looked forward, and this is something that we have at the end. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think, what else do you think you can what kind of advice do you think you have for the audience?
I think communication is very important, and find the right partner, but it's not easy. Yeah. Because we never know who's the right partner.
Yeah.
When you talk about communication, what kind of communication you talking about?
Communication as in, because due to my experience of my ex, we didn't really communicate towards A to Z. That means we only communicate A to maybe E or F. We don't really communicate right to the end. But for this current one, we communicate A to Z. We're not happy, we voice out. We don't keep it. But my ex is, we're not happy, we keep it. We don't crash, we don't involve in any arguments. We just seems to keep quiet. And this keep quiet actually is like it's brewing, and one day it just boiled. But for my current wife now, we have good communication. We talk every day, and we talk about everything every day. What happened to our daily life, we talk. And I think this is important because over the past 17 years, I am the earner, and this earner got a lot of stress, pressure, a lot of people giving me shit, but I cannot. I come home, I didn't share with her. But now, I share with I'm feeling whatever feeling I share. Because I need to release. But I didn't release, and I keep it to myself. And I felt that I'm the one that's working very hard. And that is the wrong thinking. Maybe on the other side, she also wanted to, but we just don't know how to come together and share. So in any relationship, whether it's towards kids and parents or couple or me and my father, must have a two-way effectiveness communications. Sometimes ask, how are you? You okay? How you feel today? What happened to you at school? It's also very important. We cannot assume that he's okay, he's strong enough to, and that's our blind spot.
Can I just ask, do you guys also talk about finance?
Yeah. Last time we don't talk. Now we talk. Last time, I'm the one seems to be everything I can do, I bear, I carry, and I don't share with her that I cannot. But the moment when I share with her what I cannot, that's the end of our game. That's the end of our relationship. But for current one, we share everything. That, hey, today I only left with $100, you still got $200, come pass me first. Last time, I would not. You get me?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So this is something that I treasure. There's something that
The openness.
last time my ego very high, ma. How can I tell you I have no money? You cannot want. No money, I also borrow money to sustain the lifestyle because our lifestyle is like that, you know. But no, now we don't need this. We need to be truthful. We need to be honest. When I don't have, I need to share with you because you're my wife. If I cannot even share with you, then you know there's on this earth no one can share already. You're my wife, I don't share with you. I have to share with you, ma. You're my wife, ma. Then I got no money. I have to let you know that I got no money, ma. Why I want to put up that I'm very strong? No point, ma. So that is the communication that but it's not easy, especially in Singapore. The standard of living is so high, and everybody want to put up a strong fund, but actually not. So they got no way to run. End of the day, when they face the problem has just finished, ending. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Alan. So also one more thing, that you are a project manager in your current renovation firm, right?
Yeah.
Can you share a bit more about that one?
So we are a one-stop solution for any renovation, from commercial to residential to BTO to landed condominiums. It's just like contractors, right? Contractors and interior design. Interior design is they do A to Z, but for contractors is we can just do a la carte. So we found that there's this channel that is being needed for a lot of types of homeowners. They don't want to go for ID, so they go for contractors. And contractors always got better price. But of course, expectation not as, because you're paying for a lower price. Yeah. But of course, what I need is, what I can give is, I can give you the price of a contractor, but I can give you the service above as a contractor. Because I like to serve, ma. I started from waiter, ma. So I can serve. I'm in the service line for many years. But of course, in this Singapore right now, there is a lot of, not so, I'm not talking about bad about people, but I'm trying to position myself in the market as a contractor that is responsible. Yeah, that means you can call, I can be there. Yeah. And have a lot of communication as well. So we don't want to have a project end up in court, Sometimes you get sued, or you sue people for not paying money. But so we are one-stop solution for any renovations.
So what's the name of the business?
SG Demolitions.
SG Demolition.
Yeah.
So you can actually find the details in the description as well.
Yeah.
All the links about Alan will be shown below in the description as well. So I believe we heard so much about you already. Thank you so much for sharing this very juicy part about your divorce process. To be honest, Alan actually just told us just now, you guys actually are the first to hear, aside from his family members. He has not shared this in the public. So we hope that you have many great takeaways from him. And that's it. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks.